I just got back from running through the rain from my friend Chiggles' house. No, that's not a nickname, it's on his birth certificate. Guys, don't play white elephant. Me and Chiggles were walking home from school, laughing, of course, because we had just finished a game of Spit Wars in the hallways, and he asked me if I want to stay over for dinner. So just for a little backstory, I spent almost all of the rent money on Robux. We get like these little bowls, and we scoop up cat litter and eat them like Dippin' Dots. It's actually pretty good, but of course, the taste gets a little boring after a while, so I go over to Chiggles' house. I walk in, and you can tell they love Christmas. It's December, what, 13th? Yeah, it's December 13th. They have 3 Christmas trees in their house. Like, they're all, like, this big, sprucey, woody trees. And they're, like, real trees, too. Like, they actually have them growing in their house, I guess. I guess they grow throughout the year. I don't know. The only thing in the refrigerator is Sprite Cranberry. Cans upon 2-liter bottles. There are wreaths on every single door. The 2 other people there were his grandpa and his brother. I think his brother's name was Juggles. I'm not too sure. I'm not going back there to ask, but so we go upstairs, go into his room, and we do bro stuff, like rubbing each other in sugar and whatnot. So 5 o'clock comes around, and his parents call us downstairs. We sit down around the table, we have food. It's actually pretty good. They had chicken. So I finish eating, I get up, I say thank you, I say, why was the chicken still pink? Because that's something I was genuinely wondering. They didn't really answer my question. They were just like, but I let it slide because Christmas! So I'm about to walk out the door, and I realize that it is pouring rain outside, like raining cats, dogs, any animal you can think of was raining out there. I couldn't even see the streets, it was raining that hard. And the mom was like, uh-oh, it's raining. You want to stay for White Elephant? I say yes, because I want to be polite, and I also don't want to get soaked. So they're all excited, you know, the mom's like, yay! So I realized that I didn't have anything to contribute to the game. So I quickly ran upstairs to where my backpack was in his room. I pulled out my cute little school bag, opened it, and just found a highlighter. I didn't have any wrapping paper, so I just used toilet paper and just wrapped it. So when I was finished, I had something that looked a little bit like this. I tossed it into the gift pile, right? The pile of gifts, and I sat down, and we were all in a circle. There was chairs, right? And we all sat in the chairs around this big accumulating pile of gifts. So it was me, Chiggles, Juggles, the mom and the dad, I don't even want to know their names, and the grandpa. No one seemed to really care about the toilet paper wrapping. I guess they didn't notice or something. So here's where things get a little bit peculiar. In case you don't know, the next step in playing White Elephant is randomly picking out a number, and then that's the number that, like, the order you go in. So if you're number 3, you go 3rd. I thought they were gonna pick out of like a hat or something. We picked out of a deer head. I kid you not, they did Bambi dirty. So think of decapitation, if you will. Your throat is right here, and it goes up into your head. I guess they cleaned the inside, and we were literally reaching in the upside down throat of this deer and pulling out a number. There was no blood. It was pink. The brains had been scooped out. The frackin' frick was taken out. I didn't question it because Christmas! I pull out my number. I'm first. I was just kind of there like, I'm first. Pick a present. Okay. So I pick out a present, and then it was time to open it. It was like squishy, right? Like it was flexible. While I'm tearing it open, I look over at the grandpa. This man had a light skin stare like no other. Rizzler, Wizard of Oz, Rizzly Bear, registered Rizzifier, whatever you want to call this guy, that's what he was. Think of like, I'm gonna put on this just so you like know what I'm talking about here. His hair wasn't actually this long. He had like a buzz cut. So this is kind of an inaccurate representation. He was looking at me like this. So I wonder, what spooky surprise could this man have in store for me? I thought it was going to be funny, right? This wasn't funny. This was his colostomy bag. I hold it like this, right? It's in my hand. It's like slippery, right? Because of course. And I look up. So I just sit it down and I let it slide. Because Christmas! So after a couple minutes of yeah, I ask, does anyone want to steal this? No response. So who's next? So the mother leans over. She actually does fall forward, like right into the pile of presents. I heard something crack. She gets her present, right? And it's shaped like it's probably about this big, hereabouts. It's just a little box, right? She opens the box. There's another box in there. She takes out the other box, opens that box. There's another one in there. I know! She takes out another box, opens it. There's another box in there. This goes on for about 2 more boxes until it's about this small. She opens it. She says, Chiggles, you shouldn't have! Chiggles is all like, she dumps whatever is in the box into her hand, right? And she, look, see! It's his entire set of baby teeth. Everyone just starts clapping. And then the claps start getting quicker. And all the while, the mom is like, keep in mind, everyone is just staring with this blank expression while clapping. And then the clapping gets really quick. I'm just sitting there going. And then once they've been doing this for about 1.5 minutes, they start clapping like this. And then when they start clapping like this, the mom goes. Now, if my eyes didn't deceive me, she was reaching into this pile of, I want to say 16 teeth, but I could be off. And she was throwing them like a flower boy at a wedding. I'm talking, she was reaching in there for like a couple seconds and then chucking them, sending them into flight. Let me tell you, they went everywhere. They went into the chicken that was still out. They clattered onto like picture frames and broke the glass. It literally hit the dog, and I think it took out its left eye. So I'm just sitting there like, after about 3 minutes of this, her cute little dance is done with. I don't even think Christmas could have forgiven the next gift. Now, that's just to be fair. So after a couple minutes, and I mean literal minutes, like 60-second intervals of complete silence of us just sitting around, the mom just looking like, I just said, so who's third? Chiggles was just like, me. So he leans forward, takes a gift, and he opens it. During all of this, I noticed that the dad is looking like chickens, and Chiggles pulls out a shoebox, like a Nike shoebox, like those orange ones, and he opens it. Dad, you shouldn't have. Well, I know you were interested in the war I was in. It's his dad's foot. Turns out, when his mom fell over into the pile of gifts and you heard that cracking sound, those were the remaining bones inside that foot just compressing against each other. The only thought in my mind was run. I don't know if they're like telekinetic or something, but the dad got up and I guess he forgot he didn't have a foot or something because he fell. So I got up and I ran. I sprinted without stopping back to my house. My mom isn't even home yet. I cannot wait until she asks me how my day was. And here I am. So, I guess now you know why. There I see it. Oh my god.